for another fucking fantastic video. The reason for that grand entrance, new place, new home, guys. This is where I'm staying. This is my new place. We got a freaking chalkboard for our backdrop. It's freaking awesome. Let's do this 610 Sports. I hope you guys are ready, because today I'm giving you the video you've all wanted, guys. The video you've all wanted to see, and that is the updated, after free agency, after the draft, we have updated NFL playoff predictions. That is right, guys. I am ready to go. I actually used a format. I used a system. I went onto this site, and I went through every single freaking game and picked exactly how I thought it would play out, and it told me what was going to happen, guys. It told me the records, and I will now tell you what I believe will happen next season. Let's see how wrong I am or how right I am. Let's start off, folks. I'm going to go through every single team in the AFC, and let's get right to it. With the number 1 seed in the AFC, it belongs to the defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. I believe they will go 13-3, guys. I think it's going to be a hell of a year for the Chiefs. I like their schedule. Honestly, I probably could have picked them to go 16-0, but you got to give them a few losses along the way because nobody's perfect. The number 2 seed in the AFC is the Baltimore Ravens at 12-4. Yeah, I think they're going to be an amazing ball club just like last season. Not quite as good record-wise, but maybe even better when it gets to the end of the year. The number 3 seed out of the AFC South, the 11-5 Tennessee Titans, guys. It's as simple as that, guys. I think they're going to be a good football team this year. I think they're the best in their division, and let's see it play out. The number 4 seed of the AFC East, I have the 10-6 Buffalo Bills. I think they're going to be a good football team. I think they're going to be able to do some pretty okay things for the AFC East this year, and we'll see where it takes us. The number 5 seed, 11-5, first wild card, the Pittsburgh Steelers, guys. They're up and coming, back and better now with Big Ben, and let's see what they can do. The number 6 seed at 9-7 is the Indianapolis Colts. Indianapolis Colts, guys. Honestly, at this point, I was getting a little shocked. I was like just judging after every game was picked. I was like, wow, that's what happened? Pretty nuts. But with the number 7 seed to finish out the playoffs in the AFC at 9-7, it is the Denver Broncos, guys. Denver Broncos. Honestly, there was like 3 or 4 teams. I was like, anybody really could win these final wild cards in my book, and I tried to be as unbiased as possible. I just picked the games how I thought it was going to go, and this is how it went, guys. So, the outside looking in, the number 8 seed, technically, if it got that far, would be the Los Angeles Chargers. I had them at 8-8. The number 9 slot, I had the Cleveland Browns also at 8-8. At number 10, I had the Houston Texans at 7-9. I had the Las Vegas Raiders at 6-10. I had the Miami Dolphins at 6-10. I had the New England Patriots at 4-12. The Cincinnati Bengals at 4-12. The Jacksonville Jaguars at 3-13. And guys, I couldn't believe that I had them this awful, but I kind of can at the same time. Finally, the worst team in all the AFC is the New York Jets. I had them at 1-15. 1-15. I did not have them good in the slightest. So, now with that, you have your playoffs. Number 1 seed Chiefs. Number 2 seed Ravens, number 3 seed Titans, 4 seed Bills, 5 seed Steelers, 6 seed Colts, 7 seed Broncos. Now off to the NFC. With the number 1 seed in the NFC, I have at 13-3 the New Orleans Saints, guys. And I know what you're thinking, like, Aaron, what the fuck? Did you not hear what Drew Brees did? I heard it, guys. And I think there's going to be some problems in the beginning. But this, to me, just sounds like a story, a foolproof plan that is going to come back in the end and just be like, wow, what a story by the New Orleans Saints. They fought it. They were angry at him for the first part, but he understood. He learned. He gained knowledge. And just like that, they came together like a family, like never better than before. Now, with the number 2 seed, also at 13-3, but due to a tiebreaker, I have them being the number 2 seed, the defending NFC champion San Francisco 49ers, guys. Good football team. Nothing more to say than that. Number 3, the number 3 seed, at 11-5, I have the Philadelphia Eagles. And I know you guys are saying, like, wow, all right, Eagles, all right. But honestly, I had no bias, no thoughts whatsoever. I just picked each game. I didn't even care. I didn't even look at the standings until at the very end I was done picking. The number 4 seed out of the NFC North is the 10-6 Minnesota Vikings. The Minnesota Vikings. At number 5, I have the 11-5 Seattle Seahawks. As the number 6 seed, I have the 10-6 Tom Brady-led Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And guys, this hurts me a lot. This hurts me a lot because I've been spewing out a lot of support for some teams, but you tend to forget how fucking good the NFC is. How good is there were 10 teams there? I was like, there are 10 teams here I believe can go to the playoffs. 10 teams in the NFC that can go to the playoffs. And I was like, this sucks. There were so many good teams that are getting left out. It hurt to do it. But at the end, they told me who was going to be in and who wasn't going to be. What sucks worse is the final team and is the team I hate the most of all the possible choices. And finally, with the number 7 seed at 9-7, I have the Dallas Cowboys, guys. The Dallas Cowboys. Now, let's go off to the teams who just missed the playoffs. In the number 8 slot, I have the Green Bay Packers at 9-7. The number 9 slot, the Atlanta Falcons, 9-7. The number 10 slot in a team that I just adore and really, really wanted to change the standings afterwards just because of what I saw. Number 10 seed, the Arizona Cardinals, 9-7. At the number 11 slot, I have the LA Rams at 7-9. Number 12 slot, the Carolina Panthers at 5-11. 13 slot, the New York Giants at 5-11. Chicago Bears, 5-11. The Detroit Lions, 4-12. And to finally end it, the Washington Redskins, 4-12. All right, guys, and let's get into the final playoff predictions. You have the standings. Now let's get to the playoff predictions. As you know, Kansas City and New Orleans would have the bye weeks in these scenarios. So, in the AFC, number 2 seed Baltimore will defeat number seed Denver.
Number seed?
Number 2 seed Baltimore will be squaring off against number 7 seed Denver. In this ballgame, I got Baltimore winning this one 28-17. I then have number 3 seed Tennessee squaring off against number 6 seed Indianapolis in a good fight, if you ask me. But at the end of the day, I think Tennessee wins this one 24-14. And then number 5 seeded Pittsburgh squaring off against number 4 seeded Buffalo. I have the Steelers winning this one, guys. I got them winning it 28-14. Now, in the NFC, we have the San Francisco 49ers scoring off against the Dallas Cowboys, number 2 versus 7. And I have the 49ers winning this one actually pretty convincingly. I have them winning it 31-16. Then I have the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, number 3 versus 6. And I have the Bucks pulling off an upset, guys, winning this one 24-23. TB12 getting that victory. And then I have Minnesota versus Seattle, guys. That's the number 4 versus 5 matchup, and I have another upset here. The Seattle Seahawks winning this one, guys. They're going to be winning this 23-17. Off into the next round, we have the Baltimore Ravens, number 2 seed, scoring off against the number 3 seed Tennessee Titans. And this time around, Baltimore saying, fuck this, we ain't losing again. We're not losing 2 years in a row to this squad. Baltimore gets the win. They are going to win it 28-24. And then, guys, it hates me to say this. I wanted an AFC showdown in the championship game between the Steelers and the Chiefs. It just wasn't meant to be. It was meant to be in the divisional round, and I got to be unbiased as possible. The Kansas City Chiefs will defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers here, guys, 27-21. And then in the NFC, I have the New Orleans Saints scoring off against the division rival Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And in this ballgame, I got a 28-21 victory for the Saints. Then, another divisional matchup, the number 2 seed San Francisco 49ers squaring off against number 5 seed Seattle Seahawks. And I almost thought about feeling the upset here, but I just in the end have to go with the proven good defense in the San Francisco 49ers. I have them winning this ballgame 23-16. In the AFC and NFC championship games, I have the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens 1 versus 2, guys. I didn't get crazy for the championship games. It's 1 versus 2 in both. But championship games, I have Kansas City defeating the Baltimore Ravens 31-23. And then in the NFC, guys, I think this is honestly, it's Drew Brees' final year. It is his year to get to the Super Bowl one last time. New Orleans defeats San Francisco 27-24. And then the Super Bowl, guys, it's all one seeds. Number 1 Kansas City versus number 1 New Orleans. Old and Drew Brees versus the new and Patrick Mahomes. And guys, honestly, at this point, I think Drew Brees is just going to be about worn the fuck down. And the youngness and the MVP-ness of... Did I say MVP-ness? Kansas City is going to win the Super Bowl. and therefore ending Drew Brees' career. You know, he had a hell of a ride. He definitely had an MVP-ness in his career, but it's all about Patty Mahomes this year, guys, and he's going for number 2 in a row for this Kansas City Chiefs team. I think they still got one more in them before a lot of their players start to leave and kind of split apart on that team, just due to them getting more and more money for each player that the Chiefs just can't afford. But that's it, guys. I got Kansas City defeating New Orleans in one hell of a game, 31-27. Chiefs win their second in a row. Patty Mahomes, MVP-ness. He's gonna hell of a season, guys. And that's it, guys. That's my NFL predictions. I love what we've done here. I went through every single game. I picked everything here as unbiased as possibly. I looked at the standings afterwards. Didn't look at anything in between. And that's what I have, guys. But I have one last apology to do. I'm so sorry, Cardinals fans. I really am. I really wanted you guys in the playoffs, but after this was all said and done, they just weren't in. And it sucks. I want them in there. But next year, after this season, this offseason, I think is their year. And if it makes you feel any better, go Cardinals.